So I just finished working with the homeless in downtown Sacramento. I live in Northern California. Now, I know a lot of you have heard tale of the homeless crisis that we have in California. It's all over the news. And if you just do a Google search, you'll see people that take videos of, the fentanyl epidemic where people are hunched over and convulsing and sometimes even dying. It's horrible. But I don't think that, I think that the leftist policies that are sold as compassionate, and if you watch this channel, I always talk about the ideology versus the antithetical result of leftist policies. And this is just another one of those cases. But supplying food, drugs, tents, blankets, housing, and just constantly giving people things to make their lives more comfortable is, to me, kind of like when my dog was diagnosed with cancer and there's nothing we could do, so all we could do was make her life comfortable, right? And then eventually we had to put him down. That's not compassion, okay? The answer is not government, in my view. The answer is God. The answer is Jesus. And I know a lot of the haters out there will say, well, religion has caused this and that. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about the person of Christ. Now, the problem is that as a Christian church, and I mean the body of Christ, we have been relegated to being completely ineffective. So if you drive down a main street of any small town in America, you'll see one denomination over here, the Adventist church over here, the Church of Christ, Lutheran, Presbyterian, on and on and on, Catholic, whatever. And the fact that we are so divided as a body has made us completely ineffective. And we've become divided for the most, foolish reasons. We split our memberships based upon whether or not, communion is wine or grape juice, what instruments are played in the sanctuary, what days to worship, and so Satan has been extremely, extremely successful in dividing the church. And politically speaking, it has made us completely ineffective, right? But I really believe in this time, when the culture wars are at their zenith right now, and we're really talking about turning the corner either towards freedom and a reset of freedom, or moving towards the global Marxist movement and singularity, because that's what I really believe. That's where we are. We're at the pinnacle. If the Christian church fails and they can't step forward and start to move the culture towards God again, and I don't mean religion, I mean the person, the God of Jesus Christ, the Trinity, Christianity. If Christianity fails in curbing the culture for the better, I think it's just a countdown to the end. But I'm getting back to the homeless thing. Today there was this girl, she must have been probably 22, but she looked probably more like she was 29, obviously had a hard life. And she was involved in, a lot of self-talk, arguing with herself, obviously showing tendencies of some very strong imaginations. And anybody walked by her, she would engage them and start insulting them, and sometimes even physically touching them. And she had no shoes on, her feet were black. We got her some flip-flops, etc. Obviously needed more than just what the state could provide for her. And it makes you want to cry. And it's like, I'd say 50% of these people are involved in this same sort of self-dialogue. yelling at themselves, arguing with imaginations, probably from traumatic events in their past, I'm guessing, right? Things that they can't forget, things that have just totally overwhelmed their conscience. But my point of this video is to tell you that government is not our safety net, okay? Gavin Newsom has no power to influence these people. He has no power to help these people. You know who has power? God, right? And God is asking us in this day. I believe. You can disagree. You can, all the haters, bring them. I don't care. I believe in free speech. Let's argue. Let's debate. But God is His Spirit is moving now, and it's moving because we're in the end times, and there is a cultural backlash to leftism, communism, Marxism, and everything else. And it's time, if you are a believer and you believe in freedom, to get off the couch, stop doing this. Hey, I just leveled up. Okay? Realize that that things are going to be very, very tyrannical and very dark really soon. Really, really soon if you don't get in the game. And I think that the homeless situation and what we see is indicative of the sickness of sin in this day.